welcome to Retro Rottie. If you've seen us before, you'll have already noticed that this isn't one of our usual backdrops at the Retro Rottie cottage. That's right, this is a very different cottage, as my perfect Rottweiler and I are currently away from home. Essential building repairs to our home required us to vacate long enough for a team of builders to complete the work. So we thought, why not a quick dog walking holiday in one of our favourite spots in the countryside. My waggy-tailed princess is having a terrific time with many happy hikes and scintillating snip-snips, just as she did when she came here as a youngster. Although it's great to be here, I always remain mindful of our channel, so I made plans to combine dog walking with a working holiday. I knew I wouldn't have access to exactly the same workflows I have at home with my fixed desk setup and rock-solid internet connection, but I made a list of things I could do to benefit the channel during this trip. I wanted to fall back in love with stills photography again, primarily through practice with a recently acquired, second-hand but new to me, DSLR camera, a Canon 6D Mark II. This will of course benefit Retro Rottie, as still photos can often make a valuable contribution to any video. I also thought it would be a great idea to experiment with a range of different tripod setups with different accessories and adapters. I brought two very different tripods with me. I plan to practice videography techniques here where the light is very different from that at home, using both my smartphone and the Canon DSLR, and decide whether I feel able to film the bulk of a Retro Rottie video, possibly this one, with a DSLR camera. That would be a real first for Retro Rottie. I decided to pack the official manual for my new Commodore 64 Ultimate, which the new resurrected Commodore company delivered to me just before Christmas. I have been far too busy preparing to launch Retro Rottie and making content to have powered on this wonderful machine for more than a couple of very brief sessions to date, but I'm really looking forward to featuring it on Retro Rottie, so it makes sense to study the manual now. It's a beautiful quality manual, spiral bound in authentic retro style, very reminiscent of the original C64 manual and others from the 8-bit micro era. Some of the programmers among you will know that this kind of binding, sadly so rarely used today, has a real advantage when you're working at your keyboard. It tends to reliably stay open on the desk at your chosen page for as long as you want, which is almost never true of books with other binding systems. I also brought PDF scans of my vast Amiga magazine collection. A good browse through some classic issues should provide some inspiration for future Amiga content on Retro Rottie. Viva Amiga! As this is a particularly informal left-field video week on Retro Rottie, I'll leave you with some adorable images of the famous Retro Tech Rottie princess having a great time in the countryside, while I catch up on all your recent great comments and suggestions and prepare for another hectic filming schedule to produce the next batch of Retro Rottie content. Stay well until next time, everyone. Until then, it's a goodbye from me.